He was born to race. He just really wanted to gallop.
Johnny said, I think this horse will win the Derby.
It's a cliche that I'll never forget.
We find, in fact, some of the youngsters will say, can you get the tickets for Grandad? Then we can bring some of our friends. And then that's good, because we're actually introducing a younger generation, to racing.
Because everybody here is so extremely friendly and professional.
This has to be the best racing club in the whole world.
When Motivator made his debut, I think it was in August at the July course, and he won by 7 or 8 lengths with Kieran Fallon on board, unextended. We realised for sure that we had something very special.
Unfortunately, I couldn't go to see him run in the Group 1 because the Queen was here at Highclere staying that weekend. So we were out shooting and we were trying to huddle around the vehicle to try and tune in to see how he was getting on. And the excitement with everyone that was out that day shooting and the Queen cheering him on, that was really amazing that the horse managed to do as well as he did as a 2-year-old and set himself up as a serious prospect as a 3-year-old.
Well, I think we were dreaming over the winter, having won the Racing Post Trophy, knowing that we'd really only touched the sides with retraining him. So, yeah, everyone says about pressure of having good horses. Also, trainers live for good horses. I'd love to have another Motivator. I remember saying to Harry very early on, giving him the heads up that he was good.
So we got Johnny Murtagh over to sit on him. And that was one of the most exciting mornings, I think, in my racing career that I've ever had, because there was Johnny Warren and myself and Michael Bell. We went out to see the work, sort of foggy-ish morning, dreary morning in Newmarket. And out of the gloom, Motivator stormed clear with Johnny Murtagh doing very little on board and must have been 6 or 7 lengths clear.
And I can remember us all piling into the cars and Johnny rode the horse piece of work. And there was silence when he got in the car.
And Johnny said, I think this horse will win the Derby.
Number 10 is Motivator. This one owned by 230 members of the Royal Ascot Racing Club, trained by Michael Bell and ridden by Johnny Murtagh.
Well, I think it's sort of built up, really, and I like all these things, that you never know. But I think that when we found we got a Derby entry, because that was extremely exciting.
It's a wonderful day. We're surrounded by 200 other members and their wives, husbands, whatever. So 400 of us around thereabouts, I suppose. And we're all on board, we all think this is going to happen.
We both positioned ourselves at the finishing line before the end of the previous race. So we actually stood right on the finishing line, and we could see Motivator coming down the course.
And I remember standing next to Harry when Motivator was racing to the post, and the tears were just all coming down his face. He was so excited. It was a memorable day.
Johnny Murtagh, said to me, days, years afterwards, whenever it was, he said, all I kept saying to myself, Harry, was Johnny, don't fall off. Johnny, don't fall off. He said, because it just, when a horse goes clear and you've still got a lot of horse and he said it just went quiet, went silent. I couldn't hear the other horses. So yeah, don't fall off, and thank goodness he didn't.
Someone said there are more owners of Motivator than there has been for every Derby winner in history.
My wife and I went into the winner's enclosure, which is in front of the stands. You'll probably know. It's a very small enclosure. It's only meant for one horse and maybe a dozen people. in the event, the 20 of us went in and the other 180 followed. So it was jam-packed.
Everybody crowded into the ring. You've got the pictures there for it, still there. But we have one of the Motivator statues at home.
The horse could hardly get in. We're all in there, and eventually the horse goes and whatever, he's probably on the motorway on his way back home. We're still in there. There was no procedure. So we're chatting, patting each other on the back. I told you so, this, that and the other. My wife nudged me and I turned around and she said, look up. I looked up.
And I remember the Queen looking over the balcony with Johnny Warren, and it's one of the best pictures you'll ever see of the Queen. She was laughing her head off. She was absolutely beside herself with laughter. It was memorable, absolutely memorable. It was a real party. I'll never forget it.
Everyone know him. We know he's a bon jeu, we know the character, but it's being very nice. And for the old one, it's very good to get, very happy. Nice stallion.
Unfortunately, he missed his first year at stud. He couldn't cover any mares, so lost a bit of momentum there.
We want to do one more season with him, because it's the first season for us. But before, he do plenty season in Ara du Canet, where he was standing before the Canet shut down. We came here. We were very happy. My boss was very happy. He get Motivator for the year because everyone know him. We know he can do jump on flat, like 12. Now the new stallion from Son of Motivator, Jim, he go to become stallion next year. He's by Motivator.
When Motivator eventually moves on, he can be very proud of his achievements, both on the racecourse and off it.
The whole concept now has lasted as long as it has because of the high standards that Ascot have provided for the members, and we've just been lucky enough to have had a few good horses that kept the members engaged and given them a lot of fun.
It's a wonderful club. It's not a syndicate, it's a club. It's a club primarily, and we have 5 or 6 horses that represent us. And that gives us a lot of pleasure. We have stable visits, and we get regular communiques from so the racing club and Highcliffe. So yeah, it's a wonderful experience.
There's no question. The welcome we've had right from day one has been amazing. The staff are just superb. They treat you so brilliantly, so welcoming. Far too much good food, that's the only trouble. Don't need all that food, but it's delicious. Everything is lovely. It's a lovely day out.
I don't come for the horse racing so much anymore. I don't come for the food, the drink. I come for the camaraderie. We've made friends here.
And then there's other friends across the road there that are members. So it's quite a lot of us who have been members, and our connection has been through business and friendship over the years.
It proved a point of accessibility. It can be done, which I think was wonderful that Ascot set the standard on proving what can be achieved. We all know horses are very expensive. Owning them individually, you can get some great successes, but you can also, there are downsides. So I think the whole concept of the Royal Ascot Racing Club has just lasted the test of time, and at the end of the day, that speaks volumes for itself, because it wouldn't do if it wasn't a success.